All right, just making sure that everything is everything is in place here. But yeah, first of all, happy New Year to all of you out there. Um, I probably would have done this earlier, except I would have done this basically on New Year's Day, except I wasn't feeling too good. Yes, this is the first vlog of 2018, and as you've already seen, I've already put up some videos. The very first one, of course, I put up, I believe, was of New Year's, celebrating New Year's. So, anyway, I want to thank you all first of all for supporting my channel over the past year and helping it grow the way you have. It's kind of hard to believe that some of the vids that I put up, the fan vids, whatever topics, have really, you know, increased in viewership over the past year. As a matter of fact, it wasn't even 2 months ago I did a video. I think it was on, of course, it was MLP related, and I think it may have been about season 9 or season 8 or something like that. No, it was actually about Crystallis being reformed in season 8, and that really got a lot of people talking. In fact, I think it was a live stream just like this is, and it just blew my mind how many people, as the months have gone on, have tuned in to listen to that. And my reasoning as to why there's, that still could be a reason. Um, uh, but yeah, I thought I'd take this time to come on here and kind of just, you know, discuss stuff, kind of get some stuff off my chest for a little bit. Um, for example, I tell you some folks. I don't know what it is with people. I don't know what it is with folks nowadays or anything, but it's like people are desperate, you know, to make a buck, and they don't have the courage to go out and find a job. They have to rely on people that are either working within certain businesses or groups, um, to get what they want. You know, think they can't. It's like to them they can't rely on anything else except people helping them on the inside, and it's really a shame. What's ironic is after I checked what I needed to check, ironically there was a LifeLock paid advertisement commercial being aired, and the guy basically that I guess is the spokesperson doing those infomercials kind of showed exactly how stuff like this could happen. But what I mean when I talk about this is the fact that, okay, last week last week I got something from the Stanislaus County Community Service Agency. And when I looked at the envelope, and my mom looked at the envelope, and we saw how it's a yellow envelope. I'm not going to show it to you right now, but it was a yellow envelope. And the way it was done really threw us for a loop, because anybody knows that if you're going to get something from a community service agency or any kind of official or any kind of county officials or offices or whatever, states, people, whatever, government, that it's usually more properly, presented to you in a yellow envelope. It's not, oh, we'll put a stamp of the address here on the on the top, and then on the very bottom, we'll write down the address of the person we're sending it to. And you don't come out and you tell, and one thing, and that of course would throw you off right off the bat, and then all of a sudden, uh, because that's what did it for me. I was like, wait a minute, what is this? And I looked inside, I read it, I explained it to my mom, I showed it to her, and she's like, this doesn't make sense. I don't have a good feeling about this. So I looked up information, I Googled it, I Googled all the information I need to Google and research, and I'm like, this doesn't make any sense, you know, because basically the one thing that stuck out to me was they said that my SSI benefits were done. And I was like, well, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. The only people that tell me or you or anybody that has Social Security, the only people that tell us that it's done or it's going to change is Social Security itself, not some state community agency. So I didn't have a good feeling about it, and neither did my mom. So we didn't do anything. And ironically, the due date that we were supposed to make a response, we didn't make a response, and almost automatically they sent something out real quickly. It's like, wait a minute, shouldn't you give the people, shouldn't, it's like, isn't it protocol or just common respect or courtesy to at least give the people a couple of days or a day or so, especially right after the holidays, right after Christmas, to, oh, I don't know, respond? Are you so quick on the, I mean, why are you so quick to get the information? Now, what made this one a little bit more different, the response is the envelope looked official, but what was missing on the inside was a second and third page. Yeah, you had a page one of one, and you had, I think, a page two, and you had a page three or four, and four or four on the back, but you didn't have no second page. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, shouldn't there be a second page? What's going on here? You know, and what really got again, and what really got us is Social Security is usually the ones to tell us. So ironically, yesterday I end up getting something in the mail, which is something I normally get, basically talking about my hearing rights, and that my Medi-Cal and benefits are not going to be affected anyway by what they send me here. So I'm thinking, okay, this sounds more legit. It has the seal of California on it. So I'm thinking something's not right. So I'm thinking, okay, things are starting to kind of add up here a little bit. Things are starting to make sense. And it was even confirmed later on when I checked online and saw that I still had my SSI because my deposit, because my monthly deposit was in my bank. So we knew something was off. Because let me ask you this. Let me ask you this right off the bat. And anybody watching, whether you're Linkara, Doug Walker, Bob Show, Rob Thomas, Chase Oliver, OTR Central, Deluxe Man. Let me ask you this. Whenever you've gotten something from, let's say, the government, hasn't it always come in an official seal, not in an envelope that looks like you could buy it at a store and someone just writes on the bottom and stamps it on the top? Shouldn't it be more officialized? I'm just saying. I mean, this this is basically how it came in, like this. And it's got that on the top, you know. I mean, yeah, sometimes they got to tape it, but this is how it came. I want you to see okay, there's the zip code right there, but I want you to notice something. Shouldn't that be in the middle, not on the bottom? I'm just saying. Because When I look at that, that doesn't make sense. I mean, I've gotten plenty of plenty of stuff from, I've gotten plenty of stuff from the government, from federal, from states to know the difference. So I don't get it. What is with people? Why are they so desperate? I mean, can't they just understand nobody's going to fall for that? Unless there is some legitimacy there, and no, I don't know, Social Security is falling behind. If that was the case, Social Security would be the first ones to tell us about what's going on, right? Like I mentioned earlier, they would be the first ones to say, oh, this is what's going to change, or this is why you're not getting it anymore. It wouldn't be coming from some Stanislaus County Community Service Agency or any county community service agency, and especially in buildings I've never been in. So I don't understand where people get the idea that we're going to fall for crap like that. I don't get it. Do you? I mean, seriously, do they think we're that dumb? Do they think we're that desperate? We're that dumb? Do they think we're that crazy? It, I mean, come on, folks. I mean, come on. I mean, come on, folks. I mean, that does not make any sense whatsoever. Hold on, I'm trying to figure this. Trying to look at something here. Yeah, I think that hashtag right there pretty much says it best. Like I said, come on, folks. Do people think we're honestly that dumb? Because we're not. And we never will be. I mean, seriously. You know, I just, I just don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Honestly, it doesn't. Because I was just trying to look at something there. But it doesn't make any sense. Again, do people think we're that dumb? Do they think we're really that easy to manipulate? We're not. And like I said, unless something is going on and Social Security's falling behind, they would let us know right off the bat. They would know. They would let us know right off the bat. Hold on for a second. So I hit my mic there. Putting me and my mom's cat back on her bed. But again, do people do? But this is just stupid. And here's what's crazy about this. I want you to look at the time frame. They Whoever sent me this, supposedly Stanislaus County Community Service Agency, they sent me this a week before Christmas. And then, ironically, the deadline to respond was a few days before New Year's. And when I didn't respond, like I said earlier, they were quick to respond to me about not responding, not giving me a few days. Sorry about that. But like I said, not even giving me a few days. And usually, especially with the holidays, you're supposed to give people a little bit of time. But they didn't do that. So you know what that told me? Me and my mom were discussing this. We were discussing this, and you know what it told me, folks? You know what it told me? It told me honestly, and this is the truth. When we discussed this, me and my mom talked about this. It told me honestly that well, it was thanks to my mom too, but that these people are nothing but scammers. That's all they are. They were nothing but scammers. Because the one thing we both agreed on is somebody must know somebody on the inside to want to see this happen. Someone on the inside must know somebody that wants to see this happen. And hopefully whatever's going on there comes to an end, comes to a stop. Because you know what? Me and my mom did agree on one thing. I'm not the only one that probably got this holiday season. I mean, I understand with the new laws that came into place and the people wanting money to go out and get their weed or marijuana or whatever, that they'll do whatever it takes. Well, guess what, folks? To those of you that do this, there's a thing called a JOB. You should look into it. And I'm not trying to be mean about that, but I know sometimes you look at something and you're like, oh, I want to get that. Oh, I want a piece of that. It's called get a JOB. I've been going on with my job for almost 4 years starting next month. Around the 18th of next month. 4 years. You want to know how I'm able to have something like this? Or some of the stuff in the back here? It's because I work for it. I make a living. I use my money to pay bills, help pay rent. I don't live here for free. And you know what? I don't go out and try to sucker people out of the money. I don't do that. I don't try to sucker people out of their money. And I don't use people that I know on the inside to try to help me counterfeit information. Because that is as low as you can get. Seriously, you think there are senior citizens out there that have to get Social Security, they get retirement benefits and all that? You think they like seeing something like what I got? I'm thinking thinking to them, why are they doing this? Why are they cutting me off? No, they don't. And folks, it's called a JOB. There's plenty of work out there, plenty of opportunities. Look into it. And again, I'm not trying to say that to be mean. I'm just trying to say that because it's time for you to stop using desperate measures and get on with your lives. All right? Get on with your life. Because you're not fooling anybody when you send them an envelope like that, which the address is on the bottom written like you're sending it to someone just as an average mail or package sent. I mean, that's the kind of thing in all due respect to Linkara, Bobsha, and Viga. But that's the kind of stuff you would send to them for the unpackaging or the unboxings. You don't, or even due respect to Zara and Isaac, You don't send that to somebody thinking, oh, they'll fall for it because on the inside it's gonna be stuff that looks like it's official. And you know what really tipped me off that this was something was up with this? Is when they said my SS, like I said earlier, my SSI and my SSP/SSP. What? So you're saying my SSI and my SSP, my state supplementary payment, which I've never gotten? Oh, and you're telling me that I can be eligible to keep my benefits due to the court case of something that I've never heard of or anybody else has heard of? Honestly, how stupid do you think people are? They're not. They're not stupid, folks. They are not stupid, and you should know that. I get you're desperate to get money to buy things that you want, but you don't have the money to get. Again, it's called getting a job. Stop relying on those that can that work on the inside. Stop relying on those to get you documents to make copies of so you can get information. It's time to stop because sooner or later, federal agencies, true federal agencies, true federal officials are going to come in and they're going to look around. They're going to find out what's going on. And it's not just going to be because of people like me reporting it. It's going to be because others getting the same treatment. They're going to report it. And what's going to happen sooner or later, sooner or later, you're going to end up dealing with it. Because you're going to have to answer to those federal agents that come in and ask you why you're doing this. And it's not going to be pretty, folks. It's not. So if I'm anybody out there listening, take my word of advice. If you see an envelope come to your house, in your mail, in your P.O. box, excuse me there, and it's supposedly stamped, and supposedly it's from a certain agency or federal agency or whatever, but the way your address is written looks like it's being sent to you like a regular package of gifts or whatever, don't trust it. Especially if on the inside the document says because you'll still be eligible to get such and such because of certain court case. Don't trust it. Don't trust it. You know why? Because if you get something like that, then you know there are people out there trying to get you for your identity and for your money, and it's not. And by you not responding, you not doing anything, they're not going to win because they know all they're doing is wasting their time and trying to get something that they're not going to get. And the only way they can get money to get what they want is to get a job, and they know that's a fact. So again, I ask, excuse me. So again, I ask, why? Why do people do this? I do not understand. I do not understand. Why do people do that? And that's my dog. She's okay. She just woke up. She's all right. But again, I ask, why do people do that? And again, don't worry, my dog's fine. She just does that at times. She's good. She's good. Um, but anyway, like I said, I ask, why do people do that? Because honestly, it just shows how much this country is falling apart when we can't even trust us to own community, county, state agencies from being used as fraud for people to try to get other people's identities and monies and securities. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. Because again, like I said, do these people not do these people not know that we're going to research this information? I mean, I looked up the caseworker's name and the number and nothing matched. So why try when you know it's not going to work? I know people are desperate, but come on, seriously? We're not that dumb. Anyway, I know I kind of rambled there and ranted there a bit, but it's just something I had to, get off my chest there because it's just, to me, folks, it's just stupid that they would do that. It's just stupid. It's just stupid, folks. Sorry, I just had to check something there. But again, it's just stupid that they would even try for something like that. I just don't get it. But you know what's even more stupid? And I'm not trying to be insulting, but you know what's even more stupid? And that was my watch. But you know what's even more stupid? And again, I'm not trying to be insulting, and I say this with all due respect. But why do customers not understand? It doesn't matter where you work. It doesn't matter if you work for Costco. It doesn't matter if you work for Winco. It doesn't matter if you work for Dillon's. It doesn't matter if you work for Lucky's. It doesn't matter if you work for a store in the mall. All doesn't matter if you work for Target or J.C. Penney or wherever, Kohl's, Macy's, Walmart, Dollar General, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because, folks, whether you live in places where whether you work in, it doesn't matter if you work for Dill, doesn't matter if you're Dillon's and all that. The fact is, folks, doesn't matter where you shop or what your preference for shopping is. But you have to understand, folks have to understand that when a store has greeters at the doors throughout the day to welcome you into the store and to thank you for shopping, they're not that they are there for one reason. They they that basically they're there to do a job. And their job is not just to greet you, but to also make sure nothing has been unscanned or nothing has been missed as far as your shopping goes. Because you have to understand, a lot of stores, like where I work, a lot of companies like where I work, my sisters work, if you will, they have dealt with a lot of crime in the past couple years, if not several years. People will go in there when they notice nobody's looking, they'll try to sneak something in the pockets, the bags, and walk out with it. If it wasn't for that, folks, if it wasn't for incidents like that, no store would have to do the whole greeter situation where they also have to check your receipt on the way out. They're not doing it to disrespect you. They're not doing it to invade your privacy. They're doing it to make sure you are not accused of something you didn't commit. Like if, let's say you have a case of water on the bottom, someone's checking your receipt and they don't see the water, you'll be like, oops, they forgot to scan it. Take it to self checkout or whatever the closest stand is, a checkout stand is, get it checked out, pay for it, be done. No question, no problems. No problems whatsoever. Look, I'm not saying I'm not saying that when I've been asked to watch a door that I haven't made mistakes. I have, countless times. And there are those that currently stand guard at the doors at my job, greeting people, checking the receipts, that they too have made mistakes. Probably more than they can count. And so have I, and so has anybody else that's been asked to do it. But the thing is, we're not trying to, like I say, disrespect any customers. We're trying to help them. And it doesn't help sometimes when people don't cooperate. I mean, when you guys buy totes, when customers buy totes to store stuff in, like people are cleaning up after Christmas and they're trying to store the Christmas items and everything in totes for next year, or at least for later on this year in December or November at the earliest, or even after Halloween at the earliest. Do you think we're asked to check inside your totes because, oh, I want you to check inside the totes to insult them or make them feel inferior? No, we do it so that nothing is missed because we know there are customers that don't want to, that feel, hey, I got a tote here, or just put stuff in there and go on with my business and go on and keep shopping, and probably, with all due respect, end up forgetting that they got stuff in there. So we, to make sure you don't forget, will check. And again, we're not trying to do that to disrespect you. We're not trying to do that to insult you. We're doing that for your protection and to help you. And it doesn't matter what store or company it is. It doesn't. I mean, there are people that, yes, now, yes, I will admit that there are people that will give me a look and I'll just back off, and I'll be the kind that will back off, and I know I'm not the only one. They'll be like, okay, I'm not going to mess with you. I know you don't want to be bothered. Okay, fine. And there are people that will just walk by. I'll try to say, hey, can I see a receipt? They'll just walk on by. Even though I see the receipt in their hand, they'll just walk on by. They don't want to be bothered. And I understand. I understand completely that a lot of you don't believe in the fact that people should check your receipts to make sure you bought things. I get that. I get that. Like I said, you probably feel insulted. Probably feel disrespected. But the fact is, folks, it's not because, but the fact is, folks, we're not checking that. We're not doing that to make you feel that way. We're doing that to help you. We're doing that because it's our job. It's like it's your job. If they ask you to do something, don't you do it without any questions? Of course you do. Well, I mean, yeah, you might ask a question here and there, but don't you do it without people really getting on you? Of course you do. And you know why you do it? Because it's your job. True, you can question why do I have to do this? And once they give you an explanation, you do it. There's no questions asked. Like yesterday when I was asked to do cards for about half hour to an hour, during the lunch hour rush. Do you think I questioned it? No. In fact, I've gotten myself so adjusted to the fact that I know there's probably going to be a chance during my schedule uh, throughout the week that I'm going to get sent outside to do cards. There's a strong chance that one of these days I'll be sent out there all day during my shift. But do I question it? No. Do I look forward to it? Not really, but I do it. The point is, folks, we understand you don't like having your receipts checked. We get that. We get the fact you don't like to have your receipts checked. We get that. We understand that. But what you have to understand is we're not is we're do just doing our job, and we're just doing our job, And we're doing it not to insult you or disrespect you, but to help you and protect you. Because you know why? There are folks out there that will do whatever it takes to get what they want without paying. A couple of weeks ago, we had a guy walk in the store, had his cap on, jacket, scarf around his face, or around his mouth, walk right in. Obviously, there was something off about him at first. And you know what? We were right about it. Because apparently, the guy tried to walk out with a major TV item. I think it was like 50, 65 inch, 43, about a 50, 65-inch television. He tried to walk out with it, but not out the front. No, he tried to walk out through one of the emergency exits. And that's been done before. You see, folks, that's why we do this. Because if somebody walks out with a TV in front of us and we just let them walk out without checking a receipt, the first thing that's going to come to mind is they stole it. And I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Well, you got no proof they stole it. There's things called security cameras above that hang above the store. I think we would have plenty of proof. And then if that's not enough, same day, just moments around the same time frame, people tried to do the same thing. Well, not with television, but they tried to steal some Lego toys, believe it or not. Some of the more expensive Lego toys, like with the security stuff on them and all that, the spider straps and all that. They tried to steal those, tried to hide them. You see, folks, that's why people like me, the people that are there on a daily basis, majority of the day, that's why they do their job. That's why they do what they got to do. They don't do it because they're insulting you. They don't do it because they're disrespecting you. They're doing it for your protection and to make sure nothing's been amiss. All right? I mean, yesterday, some lady tried to get, what was it, a big roll of hamburger or something like that for $1. For $1, when we all know that goes by the pounds. That those kind of things go by the pounds. Or if it's a big roll, it's a lot more than that. You see, you have to understand. We're not. I know I'm sounding like a broken record here, but the thing is, we're not there to disrespect. We're there to help. All right, we're there to help you. We're not there to hurt you. We're not there to insult you. We are there to help, and that's about it. And speaking of which, I know that it doesn't matter what company or what retail store the company's that's part of the company and all that. I can understand a lot of people can get impatient. Okay, I understand that. A lot of people get impatient because they don't want to wait any longer. I get that. I get the fact that you're impatient. That, people's patience are very limited. That when you're standing in a line at customer service and you're told by the person helping you, well, I got to check this and that, and I got to get my assistant manager or my CSM or whoever my shift manager is at that time to come up and check this and to help out. I understand you're in a hurry. We all do. We all understand you're in a hurry to get somewhere. We understand that you you want to get service done fast. You want the service given to you fast. We get that. But there are moments, folks, and there are several times where we have to do what we have to do. I know it's not a popular choice. I know it's not like when you're trying to return something and, oh, well, we got to double check and triple check this. I know it's not a popular choice to where you got to wait to the side. When we ask you to wait to the side so our manager can come up, but we can have to help the other customers behind you. We know and understand you guys don't like that. We get that. We understand that. but it's protocol. It is how we are trained. We can't be like robots going like, okay, order done. Okay, next, next, beep, 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 beep. We're not robots, folks. We're human beings. And you have to understand that. We are not robots. We are human beings, flesh and blood, that wake up in the morning, get up, go to work, come home, or wake up, spend the day with our family, go to work, come back, come home afterwards, get something to eat, and go to bed, get up, rinse, and repeat. All right? We are not there. Again, what I'm saying, folks, is we're not there to be robots. We're there to help you. And again, we understand that the way we are asked to do things, the way we are trained to do things, may not sit well with you. All right? You may feel like, hey, you need somebody else in this position that's quicker and faster. It doesn't matter who is in that position, folks. It could be somebody that has years of experience, but that doesn't mean they're going to be quick on the ball to get you out. It means that basically they're going to end up doing the same thing. The fact is, folks, all of us that serve you, it doesn't matter what company or what retail store works for what company, whether it's a Walmart, a Target, a Kohl's, a JCPenney's, a Macy's, a Lucky's, a Dillon's, doesn't matter. A Safeway, doesn't matter. We understand that you want quick and fast service. We get that. And you want in and out as quickly as possible. We get that. But you have to understand we are doing the best we can. And like I said, it doesn't matter whether it's somebody that has years of experience behind that counter or it's someone new that's getting the hang of it. We are doing what we can. And we will continue to do what we can to provide you with the best service possible. So you can, you could sit there, you can complain all you want, and that's your right. That's your right to complain, rant, moan, whatever. That's your right. But you have to understand that as much as we respect you by giving you the best service we can, you in turn should respect us for doing the best job we can. And that's all we ask. That's all we ask in return is your patience and understanding that we are doing the best we can and we're trying to get you out as quickly as we can. That's it. That's it. And one other thing before I move on. One other thing. Why do people think they can fool us? I talked about earlier about the whole situation I had with this deal there, with that deal there, but you know what's funny? A couple of days after Christmas, we had not one, but we had 3 people come into the store, probably more, but 3 that I noticed. Two I actually started helping out a little bit. Why do people think they can fool us? Do they not know that by protocol and training, we're supposed to look at serial numbers to make sure they match? I'll give you an example. Somebody tried to return an Xbox controller, an Xbox One controller. It was a black one, not a white one. It was a black one. And I was told to look on the inside to make sure the serial number on the inside matched the serial number on the box that they were returning it in. Yeah. We're told to open this up, look inside, and make sure the serial number that's on the inside here matches the serial number that's on the outside of the box that it comes in. That's what we're told to do. So, what happens? Well, apparently, starting early in the morning, about 3 hours into the store's opening, a guy comes in, says he's from New York, wants to try to return an Xbox One controller. And then, here's what's funny. He tells our manager, or he tells the guy in charge at the time, or CSM at the time, he says, I'm going to be late for work. And the girl that's working behind the customer service counter, is like, wait a minute, you just said you were from New York. How are you going to be late from work? And then the guy basically, because we're doing protocol, well, she's doing protocol, whatever, to make sure or things match up, and they don't. Gets into a yelling match. Well, not a yelling, but he basically yells at my boss for that morning, my CSM for that morning. Basically, let's just say, says certain derogatory remarks. And as protocol puts it, and we are trained to do, my CSM turns around and says, get the heck out of my store. I refuse your service. But guess what? As much of a right as we had, or as much as a right as my CSM had there, and as much evidence as pointing to the fact that this guy was just trying to turn in a beat up controller that he had to get a new one for free, he ended up getting what he wanted. He ended up getting his way. He got a free controller out of it, and he left. Then later on, two other people come in, try to pull the same crap. And guess what? They got what they wanted. So even though we pretty much saw through the truth, they still got what they wanted. But still, even whether or not a customer gets what they want or they don't, why do people think they can fool stores like that? Huh? Do you think with that? Do you think we get trained for no reason? We get trained, like I said earlier, to do our job. So you don't think we're going to get trained not to notice certain differences? I'm just saying, folks. I get you want money to. I get you thinking, oh well, if I do this, I'll get a free controller out of it, or I'll get something free. I'll get a free. I'll get a new one for free. Look, folks. Target is not called Target Free. It's not called Target. Everything's for free. Or Target saying we got the lowest prices in town. They're not. We're Target, and everything inside is free. That's not the motto. Neither is Walmart. We're not saying we save you money so you live better, or come on in, everything is free. You can get things for free so you can live better. We're not that way. No company is. No retail store is. So why do you think you can get away with? Why do people think they can get away with that? Doesn't make sense. You know, just doesn't make sense. And what needs to be done, okay, is this. What needs to be done is this. You want a new controller? Here's what you do. Make it simple. Ask your family during the Christmas season, to give you a gift card so you can go out and buy yourself a controller or buy whatever you want. Makes it that simple, so you don't have to try to scam stores into giving you something for free that in return for something that originally didn't come from the store because it wasn't in said container that matched with original UPC or serial number. You want something new like a controller or whatever? Ask for a gift card for Christmas or your birthday, and guess what? You might be surprised at the fact that you'll get one, and then you'll be able to spend it on whatever you want. Okay? And again, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I'm just trying to say the truth. And the truth is, you want to get a new controller, you want to get something new, ask for a gift card. Ask for a gift card for your birthday or for Christmas. Don't try to come into the store or wherever you go to and try to get something for free by trying to exchange something that doesn't match up UPC or serial number wise. I'm just saying, folks. Just saying. Because truthfully, I think a lot of us, it doesn't, because truthfully, there's a lot of us that are getting sick and tired of it. A lot of us at every retail store for every company that in existence. We are getting sick and tired of this crap happening, and it needs to stop. That's all we ask. That's all we ask, folks. Okay? And that was my dog. She's fine. Again, she just woke up a little bit. But again, like I said, we as associates and employees, we're doing our best to help you. We're doing our best to give you the best service we can. But my advice, and I think anybody else would give you the same advice. You want to get something new? Then ask whoever you want for your birthday or for Christmas to get you a gift card so you can go out and buy what you want. Don't try to depend. Don't try to keep depending on the fact that you're going to scam your way into something free, because sooner or later it's going to catch up to you. There's an old saying, and I say this in kind. Commerce, do you know what? That's all I'm going to say. But off of that, again, you're probably wondering why I didn't do something like this on New Year's. Well, originally I was supposed to work on New Year's. I was supposed to do 4 hours in the afternoon. But what happened was I overdid it the other night. I ended up coming home and puking my brains out. Yeah, I ended up puking my brains out. What happened? Well, apparently, according to my sister, the beer I bought, which does surprise people that I surprised them that I bought that kind of beer. Hey, I've drank in Sierra Nevada before. I didn't think the snowpack would be that bad. Although there were a couple of flavors that my niece and my sister may have not been too sure about, so I might dispose of them soon. But yeah, apparently combination of Stella Artois, Los Gigantes Lager, which is San Francisco Giants sponsored beer, champagne, a couple of different versions of Sierra Nevada from the Sierra Nevada that I know, Holiday Haze and Winter Tide. Yeah, I think pretty much did me in. Because what happened was originally I was going to go to work. And just as I was about to probably think, okay, I can do this, that's when the last remnants of of the puke, if you will, the barf, the throw up, came out. And I was like, I'm not going to chance this. I'm going to call in and say I can't make it. I'm sick. And apparently I wasn't the only one. And according to my ZMS at the time, my zone manager, it might have been a combination of things. Not just that, It was probably a combination of getting a bit of the flu and a combination of the fact that I was next to my great nephew who was had a cold at the time. So that didn't help. So yeah, contribute with that and the fact that I tried to rest my body for the whole day, tried to watch some of the college football games. Yeah, wasn't the best way to spend a New Year's. It wasn't the best time to spend New Year's Day, let's put it that way. But hopefully nothing like that happens again. And what got me is even though I've drank different kind of beers in one night before, I've never had that problem. So it could have been the beer, could have been the meat not agreeing with me. I don't know. Because what came out, and I'm not trying to sound disgusting, what came out was the tri-tip, or what was because I had eaten some tri-tip, to kind of absorb the alcohol and all that, and apparently that's what came out of me was the tri-tip. So I don't know if the last piece I ate disagreed with me or what. I don't really know. But yeah, yours truly spent most of New Year's laying down here recovering. Go figure. But yeah, I spent most of New Year's recovering. But again, I would have done this sooner, except that's what happened. But yeah, just not a good way to spend New Year's. I mean, I did recover. I'm fine. I can eat. I'm good. But hold on. Like I said, I recovered best I can. I can still eat. But yeah, wasn't the best way. It wasn't. I mean, again, I thought I was good to go, but it's like all of a sudden, it just came out. And I was like, yeah, forget it. I'm not doing it. I'm not taking the chance that I could go into work and first thing I do is, oh, excuse me, blah. I'm not doing it. I was not going to do that. So, yeah. Yeah, it was an interesting way to spend a New Year's Day. Interesting way. So, really, that's what's been going on. So, that's all I can really say with this vlog, the first vlog of 2018. Hope you guys liked it. And that's all I can really say. Again, I didn't mean anything out of disrespect. I just spoke the truth, in my opinion, just my opinion, that of how I felt about certain things and what was going on. And that's really all I can say. So let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. Thank you all for watching live. Thank you all for watching post live. Really appreciate that. And again, let me know what you all think down below. Comments are very well welcome. Let me know what your experiences have been, if you've gone through some of the things I've talked about. And I will talk to you all later. God bless, take care, and I am out.